Assalamu alaikum. You are tuned into the Mind of an Entrepreneur show. That simply means peace be unto you. I'm your host, Sajda Wendy Muhammad, and we have a very special guest tonight. I'm going to be talking to my very special Sister Carmen Muhammad, and we're going to be talking about fashion, women, the image of Black women. You just don't want to miss it. So sit back, tell a friend. We need you to share this with at least 3 to 4 people. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided Thee right, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judges, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
like this to be heard and seen of men. You do things like this because you want to stop what's going on with women. You want to stop the girls being snatched off the street. You do things like this because you want to inspire the women to be women of God. When you have a call with God and a talk with God, it's not a conference call. It's nobody on that call but you and him. I've been blessed. I've raised 3 beautiful children. But I'm blessed now more. I'm helping women all over the world to know who they are.
You are made to look up to God since you came from God. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught me that the woman's nature is to equal herself up to man or up to God. So whatever God is, you're going to be striving to be equal to him. That's how great you are, and that's how great your potential is.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Welcome to this very special edition of the Mind of an Entrepreneur show. Did y'all just see that video? Let me say something to y'all, because I'm going to start off and I'm going to be fussing a little bit tonight. Okay. That video was so powerful. And you saw the subject of the video. We're talking about our image as women and protecting ourselves as women, and really doing for self as women to begin to protect ourselves. Do you know that YouTube told me that that video violated their community guidelines? I'm going to say it again. YouTube sent me an email and said that that video about respecting and protecting and covering Black women and girls violated their community guidelines. Now, I'm just assuming that maybe it was AI. And maybe they didn't get it. And I can't imagine that a person saw that and sent the video. But this is what I want to say behind that before I bring my sister in. If we don't begin to step up and take charge, to unite and to love and protect and take care of one another, our babies don't stand a chance. I've said on this show plenty of times that we are losing our babies to a lifestyle that the people in the lifestyle don't even want anymore. But when we have certain events and things like this, 704 Joe said, I never get my notifications. Yeah. When we have events and things like this, this is why I tell y'all, we got to make it go viral ourselves. We got to spread the word. We have to make sure that we're buying tickets, that we're consciously supporting one another. And this has to be a lifestyle, because if it's the AI or the algorithm or whatever, but that powerful video, they had the nerve to say violated their community guidelines. What community guidelines? So I'm saying all that to say that I'm going to introduce you tonight to a sister. You guys seen her before. She was on the show last year when we had last time we had the international fashion show. But I want you to meet her again. I want you to look at it again with fresh eyes. I want you to look at it again with a fresh heart. I want you to look at it again in context of what is going on today with the Black woman, and especially our Black girls. And when I tell y'all we are losing them, we can't blame anybody else but ourselves. It's our fault. because they're opting to go live a lifestyle that is different from the one that we're showing them. So the question is, what are we doing? What are we doing wrong? We can't blame nobody else. We can't say, well, the world has such a pool. Well, what about your poor woman of God? What about your power woman of God? I ask Allah every day, align me and my brand and my mission and my spirit with people who are like-minded, who are willing and have the wherewithal to support who and what I am. And I ask you today, listen to this, sister, and you don't have to be Muslim. Hopefully the Muslims will fill up the place both nights, and it shouldn't be no room for nobody else. But if we don't come, somebody else needs to come, because I think that what sister is doing and striving to do is phenomenal. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. Thank you, 704 Joe, for being in the chat. Thank you, Sister Lisa R. She says, Assalamu alaikum. They're saying the video is a violation, speaks to what their mindset is. That's right. Sister Alita's in the house. She said, Assalamu alaikum. I'm saying, wa alaikum salam, sis. This is critical. It's a real time. And we're going to show that video. They're probably going to block this whole show. So I need each and every one of you guys to make it go viral. And before I bring sister on, let me say this. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us the algorithm. He said, unite, pool your resources, and stop one-tongue criticism of one another. Okay? If we just unite, then the algorithm that is set up that says, I know they're not going to unite, we throw it off. If we just pool our resources, if we get off and go that extra mile to support our sister, if we get up and say, you know what, let me buy black. This is a lifestyle. Hey, assalamu alaikum, Sister Kiana, all my family in the house tonight. It's time. It's time. We are losing our babies, sisters, and I don't know who we waiting on. I don't know who we're waiting to give us the instruction, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us, don't wait to see what somebody else is going to do in terms of their support. You do your part. I don't know what we're waiting on. I don't know how many more black babies got to be missing. I don't know how many black girls we got to lose to the strip clubs. I don't know how many black girls we got to lose to runaway teens and prostitutions. We need to be converging down on these little babies and saying, nope, you ain't going nowhere. We here for you. If you see another sister and she need help with her teenage daughter, don't dog her out. Don't talk about her. Bring her to the fashion show so she can see how glamorous these sisters are that she's going to meet. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Carmen.
Wa alaikum salam. I'm feeling your spirit.
You got me fired up over here because I keep saying we got this sexual subculture in our community that we don't address.
Absolutely.
We just want to repeat, a nation can rise no higher than its woman, and respect and protect the black woman. Really, for real? Mm-hmm. When, what is it, 20%? No. 40% of all missing people are black.
Mm.
And half of them are young girls.
Yes, ma'am.
So
yes, ma'am.
I'm saying your video is so powerful because you address that.
Thank you, sis.
And before we go into who you are, I got this on my spirit right now. Talk to me about why you put that video together and why you made those statements.
Actually, the video was at the end of our fashion show in 2022, and I was asked to come up and to say some words. The video was produced by our talented sister Yavanka. I can't thank her enough for that.
Yeah.
I never, ever prepare to speak. I always dig deep, and I ask Allah to be the guiding force of my words.
Mm-hmm.
That weekend was a game changer for me because I had put so much into that weekend. There was a atmosphere that I was desiring to create for women that would come and witness the weekend itself. I wanted our young girls to understand what they should look like and what an event like that should look like. So I did it to what I thought was the highest possible level. And I had really spent quite a bit of my personal money to do that. But you don't think about those things when you feel that something is your assignment. And I really feel like this is my assignment. So when I speak to that assignment, I speak from the spirit of Allah.
Yeah.
And those words were his words. They weren't my words. They were the words that he gave me to address so that people would understand that the fashion was a catalyst to the attraction that we wanted to have with our young girls.
How important is it, Sister Carmen, for you, just in your spirit and what Allah has put on your heart, how important is it to you to really show not only just our young girls, but women in general, that modest fashion really truly is high fashion?
It really is, sis. When you look at historically, when you go back and you look at historically, and I'll just use Harlem Renaissance as an example, you see finely dressed men and finely dressed women. Your fashion and what you have on is the conversation that you're going to get from someone. So when you take your clothes off and you reveal those things, that's the conversation that you're going to get from the people that are seeing you. But when you are dressed like a woman of God, then you command a certain type of respect from the people that see you. They understand that you represent God's woman and not a woman of the world. So it's very important for us to understand the beauty of being a civilized dressed woman, a finely dressed woman. And you don't have to copy what is being put out there by others, who the reason that is out there is to destroy us and to destroy our minds and to take us to the lowest possible level. And another thing that I want to reflect on is that we have to protect our men. And when we walk around undressed, everybody is not going to address you in a civilized manner. So if you're dealing with a Black man whose mindset is to respect and protect the Black woman, now we are breaching his security when we walk around like that, because we have to have him address those that are not so civilized and that will approach us. So that's also another way of protecting our brothers when we walk around and we're dressed as civilized women.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I heard you say that you had spent quite a bit of your own personal money to make this happen. You know, I can relate, right?
Yes, ma'am. Oh my God. Yes, ma'am.
When you say, Allah, I have given all I have and all of me. So what you can do now, you can just take my life. I'm at that point. You can have me, you can have my life, you can have all of it. I'm yours.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me how you started in fashion and why. We know why you were so committed, but how did you get started?
I actually started at a very young age when I was, again, and I think I shared this with you before, when I was 15 years old, I started to attend the temple. And at the time, I was doing what 15-year-olds do. I was always a very good dancer and had got recruited to be a regular dancer on Soul Train. And so
wait, you ain't gonna just slide past that. You did not say nothing to me about no Soul Train, girl.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. When I was on Soul Train, it was like Demeter Joe Freeman and Pat Davis and Jody Watley. They were all beginning to come up. And I was a local individual from Long Beach, California. So to the people in Long Beach, it's like Snoop is now to Long Beach. I was repping the city. So I was quite popular with that. And what happened was when I decided to stand up and accept Islam, and what went along with that, I was still in a public school setting. So all of my friends were dumbfounded by it. They were like, what? You're going to be a Muslim? So they didn't really know what to expect in terms of what I would look like when I came to school and when I came in their presence. So that was an opportunity for me to begin to style myself as a fashionable young woman that would be attractive to my peers. And that's really where it all started. And it just kind of snowballed and trickled over.
Yeah, you slid that Soul Train one in on me. I see it. So let me give you. I want to read to you a quote. I want to quote you and read and have you comment on it. You said, "It's no coincidence that we are witnessing a shift in the business of fashion that is focusing on the women who are buyers of modest clothing. In the business of fashion, modest fashion is one of the fastest growing retail industries. In the Carr report, it was stated that in 2021, modest fashion represented a $355 billion industry. It was further stated that the projection in the next 7 to 10 years was that it could represent a $1 trillion industry in retail fashion. So it is the high profit and sustainability of the modest market that has attracted not just iconic designers, but retail giants and stores like Zara and H M."
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit because every time I go around the world, I'm busting up this myth that we're so poor as Muslim. We don't have this, we don't have that. And I say, you know what? Let me paint a picture to you because it is very expensive to live a certain lifestyle. This is a high-end lifestyle. We wear custom clothes. We buy halal and kosher foods. We educate our children in private school settings.
Yes, ma'am.
We are really being pushed into a certain level of civilization. And I don't even know sometimes that we realize it. And so when you talk about this being one of the fastest growing industries, it makes sense to me that we are the leaders of that industry. And that's why I believe people should support you, sis.
Thank you. You know, it's real, sis. And I think by the grace of Allah, and I really thank Allah, you know, when I was growing up in California as a young girl, I had many fantasies about what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do when I grew up. Coming into the nation at the age that I did, getting married at a young age, having children, still trying to navigate my way through college, but never thinking that Allah would put me in an environment where I would be on a global platform. And going there with the mindset of a Muslim, you're not just going there for fashion. You go there and you study what you see. And what I saw was that fashion is a growing industry. But what I also bore witness to was that there was being a shift in the economy. And I saw how here in America, a lot of our shopping trends center around the economy itself. You know, if the economy is not that great, then sometimes we'll suffer in retail. There in the countries where there is great wealth that are not supported by this economy, this is what they do. And I found that in these countries like Saudi Arabia, China, Istanbul, Turkey, that's the what they do. You know, they shop, they have a stable economy, they have that expendable cash. So the business of fashion quickly realized that. And when they realized that, all of these iconic designers began to include in their yearly their yearly presentation of their fashion, they would carve out a segment for modest fashion, because during COVID, the fashion industry was really suffering. People weren't really shopping like they
Right.
had shopped before. But what they saw was that in these places where these women had expendable cash, it wasn't affected by the economy. And so there was a shift in the fashion industry to begin to take a real look at modest fashion. And when they did that, they saw that modest fashion is what really helped to stabilize the industry at a time when we were, quote unquote, going into a recession, in a time where we were coming out of COVID. You know, those industries over there weren't affected like that. And when those iconic designers discovered that, modest fashion became a part of their collections. I mean, I even once went to a mall out in Beverly Hills, and I was walking past a Gucci store, and I had to take a double take because the mannequin in the window literally had on what looked like a headpiece. And I said, wow, this is deep. So really what it was just a testament to the fact that we, the Muslim women, and especially us, the Black woman here in America, we are the vanguards of modest fashion, not anyone else. We are. And we have to step up, and we have to take that lead. And we have to let the world know that we are the vanguards of modest fashion.
I agree, sis. You know, you and I talked the other day, and I was saying how Black women need a makeover.
Mm-hmm.
How you go get a makeover. We need a makeover. We need a better public image.
Absolutely.
We need a makeover in terms of the way we relate to one another.
Absolutely.
We're too competitive and too siloed and really too jealous of one another. And I don't know what we're competing for or whose attention we trying to get.
Absolutely.
To be completely honest with you, but this is what we're doing. And I want to take a minute to ask everybody who's here, if you're watching and you're not in the chat, give Sister Carmen some love in the chat. Take a moment to love on our sister. Sister, how much are the tickets for August 30th and the 31st?
Yes, ma'am. Well, first, I have to say this. I'm excited really about this event in particular for a lot of different reasons. We launched this in 2005 in Atlanta, and it was women working together. It was myself and Sister Sonia Muhammad from Monroe, Louisiana. And we decided that we were going to have this event as an annual event every year, and it would culminate with the fashion being the crowning event. But also, attached to that event was we wanted to celebrate the woman. We wanted to highlight women that were doing phenomenal things. And we went into just about every genre, every industry, where we recognized women in the area of entertainment, women in the area of education, women in the area of business, those women that we felt were movers and shakers. That event was so special to me. And I thought, you know what? I don't need to recreate the blueprint. So I'm going to go back to the original, which was we have this event, but we also celebrate women. And I'm so excited because I'm on your show tonight. But I can say to those that are watching that we are not just having a fashion show. This is a weekend of celebrating phenomenal women, from fashion to entertainment to education. And that weekend starts with us celebrating wonderful women like yourself as a businesswoman of the year, you and others. We have educators. We're going to be honoring women in farming and agriculture. We're going to honor Sister Betsy Jean Farrakhan for what she's done out there on the Michigan farm. I mean, this sister got involved in that farming And from that, we actually have a national product, the navy bean, that is shipped out all over the country as a result of what she's done on that farm. She's taught us through her own education how to farm. Even if you're in an apartment, you can put something on your patio and grow your own food. And this is extremely important looking at the time that we're living in right now. So we're going to be honoring women like yourself on Friday night. And we decided to do it at our flagship restaurant, the Salam restaurant. Originally, we were going to do both events at the Drake Hotel. But then this event is not about me making money. Not really. It's more so about bringing women together to fellowship. It's about sisterhood. It's about us setting up the framework for future ventures that we can become involved in that will trickle over into us becoming economically solvent. But this weekend is about celebrating the Black woman, the phenomenal women, celebrating fashion. So we're excited about that. And like I said, that event is going to be at the Salam. Those tickets are only $65. And sister, when I tell you, I wanted these sisters to come in to have a phenomenal meal. It's going to be hosted by our very own brother Jamil Muhammad, who we all know is quite an entertainer himself.
You talking about East Coast Jamil?
East Coast Jamil, your brother
good.
that loves you dearly.
Yes.
Today.
That's my brother.
But we're just going to have a good time lifting up women like yourself and recognizing you for your outstanding contributions and achievements. And this is how we build our sisterhood, sis. It's a lot of women that are in the trenches that we don't even talk about. We got talented women in this mighty nation of Islam that are never heard about. So this is our opportunity to lift you up and to celebrate you. And I want to share this with you too. When we did this in 2005, we honored Mother Khadija Farrakhan. We honored Sister Maria for the Prostate Cancer Foundation. We honored Sister Claudette Marie, the protocol director. We honored, may Allah forever be pleased with her, Sister Sharifa Muhammad, who was the Vanguard captain. We honored Sister Emeritus Captain Alice Muhammad out of Los Angeles. We honored Sister Emeritus Captain Aisha Muhammad. We also honored Minister Ava Muhammad. May Allah forever be pleased with her. And we honored Mother Tynetta Muhammad. May Allah forever be pleased with her. These are all women that are the dream keepers. And they really have passed the baton to you all. And you are the new dream keepers of our nation. So this is awesome. And we're going to do that at the Salam. And that's on Friday night. On Saturday, we're going to have the crowning event, which is the International Modest Fashion Show. We do have two designers from other countries. One is from Ethiopia. The other is from Afghanistan. And they're going to be a part of our show. So we are very excited. I kind of tailored the show a little bit more this year because I wanted to focus on these talented designers within our ranks as well. Those Muslim women who are out there and who are doing things and have beautiful fashion. So I'm excited about that too. And that will be at the fabulous Drake Hotel. The Drake Hotel is one of those older hotels, but it has a level of nostalgia about it. It has kind of that old beauty, that old architecture. And we love that about the Drake. So that's where the fashion show is going to be. And those tickets start at $65 as well.
Okay. Listen, y'all, some of y'all just blew $65 a couple minutes ago. Get tickets. Bring somebody with you. You know, Sister Carmen, as you're talking, I don't know why, but what I thought about is how, you know, how in some African cultures, it's the women that kickstart the economic development of a nation. It's the women who are the traders, who really
Absolutely.
set it up. So my thing is, y'all, let's spark our Muslim economy in our nation by beginning to support one another as women.
Absolutely.
As women. And
Absolutely.
I make it a part of my lifestyle. If somebody show me something, they selling something, I'm gonna repost it. I'm gonna go
Come
buy
on.
it. I'm gonna do
Yes, ma'am.
everything I can. It is a lifestyle choice.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you begin to move into those realms of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
then you start to experience your time on earth here a little bit differently.
Absolutely.
We all on earth, but we all experience earth differently.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want my experience to be one of giving and supporting my sisters,
Yes, ma'am.
and we really, really got to call out the lack of support.
Come
I'm
on.
not talking about Nation of Islam only. I'm talking about Black women. Period.
Absolutely.
We got to call this out, just like we got to call out the missing girls and the babies being snatched off the street
Mm-hmm.
and stop. I remember somebody talking to me about different, like Mary J. Blige saying when she was off of her square, people, she said, please help me, teach
Mm-hmm.
me. Don't talk about me. Don't
Mm-hmm.
dog me. Teach me. Come get me. Come show me.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to start calling that out. And those kind of women who would be jealous, competitive, and treat another Black woman badly
Mm-hmm.
need to be called out.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we need a makeover in our Black sister community.
Yes, ma'am. We do. We have to be real sisters of each other. And we have to say, I'm my sister's keeper. And what does that look like? I mean, what does that really look like? What does it look like to be your sister's keeper?
Mm-hmm.
And it can't just be a cliche with us. We're good at saying things. We know how to make things sound real good,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to show up and we have to show out. And I'll use this as an example. We know who the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is.
Mm-hmm.
When he called a million man to come to the mall in Washington, D.C., there were so many naysayers. There were so many that were against him that said, oh, Minister Farrakhan, this, that, and the other. Nobody really, a lot of them did not want to bear witness to who he was. But after 2 million men showed up on that mall, they stood up and they bore witness to the fact that that man was the Messiah. If we want people to really respect us, we got to show up and show out for each other. We will never get the respect of the world until we unite the way we are supposed to unite, until we get rid of all of the foolishness and we come together and we stand as one in unity. Just say this, sis, you will never go into a Japanese restaurant and be served by anybody other than a Japanese. You will never go into a Korean business and be served by anybody other than a Korean. They understand, they truly understand what it takes to move their nationality forward. We have not understood that. We're not accepting it. And something is wrong with that picture, sis. We've got to get it together and get it together quickly. Like you said, our young girls are being snatched off the street. Our women are compromising themselves in ways that they shouldn't. How are we going to bring about a new dress, a new mind, and a new woman? We do that when we show up, damn it, and when we show out.
And Sister Carmen, there ain't a Black woman in the world that shouldn't know that shouldn't know who we are.
Absolutely.
From Kamala Harris to Michelle Obama to Oprah Winfrey, they should all know who we are because of who and what we represent.
Absolutely.
But we're rugged individuals And because the messenger gave us instructions, the minister gives us instructions: unite, pool your resources, stop wanton criticism. We can stop right there. Mm-hmm. If we start doing those things right there before we even do for self.
Right.
But if we start right there, then we will be blessed. But instead, we losing our babies right from up under us. Here we are, Assalamu alaikum, praying 5 times a day, but we losing our babies.
On the streets, sis.
On the streets, leaving us, turning away from us and going to the streets.
Yes, yes.
But you got the sisters in the streets, on the strip poles saying, I don't want this lifestyle no more. As soon as I get me enough money, I'm getting me a husband and a house. I don't want it. But we lose the sisters in the church and we're losing our babies.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think it's because I think a big part of it is because our babies are looking at us. And if you remember growing up, you knew when your mother didn't like somebody. You knew when your mother had a problem with somebody. You knew when your mother was jealous of somebody.
Right.
You knew when your mother was being competitive or backbiting and slack talking against somebody. You knew who was in the in crowd in the house and who wasn't. You knew that in the house. So then when those girls grew up, they didn't like those people. But what we're not realizing is that we're turning the babies against us.
Right.
So we got to give a different example. They got to see us loving and supporting one another. They got to see us representing and making accomplishments. So when they leave us and go to college, they can say, okay, but my mama, if it ain't my mama got a friend. I know somebody who's a millionaire, a billionaire, who's doing fashion shows, who's doing this, who's doing that. They should take that pride, and it ain't a sister on the planet that's popular that should not know us and shouldn't be breaking their neck to get to any event that we have.
Yes, ma'am. And not, the event, but just we got to love on each other, sister. We got to love on each other in a way that, because this is one of the voids in their lives. This is why they're out there the way that they're out there, because they're not fulfilled in the manner in which they need to be fulfilled. But we are the best example of that, And like I said, when we show up and we show out, we show the world who we really are. We show the world how great this teaching is that has been given to us. We show the world a different example. Sis, when I walked in the temple at 15 years old, my mom was a single parent, but my mother was a very educated woman. She came from a family of really successful people. But when I walked in the mosque at 15 years old, and I saw the brothers sitting on one side and the sisters sitting on the other side, I saw the men running to open the door for the women. I saw the husband and the wives and the camaraderie. I have never bared witness to anything like that. And immediately I had an attraction to that, because this is who we are. We are a loving people. We are a giving people. We are a compassionate people. So when I witnessed that, I said, oh, hell, this is for me. I'm about to do this. And my mother said, you don't know nothing about that. You just following your sister. I said, mama, you need to come and see this. So I'm just saying that we've been given everything that we need to attract our people to this teaching. All we got to do is just come together. That's it. That's it. Just come together.
Yes, the unity is so attractive.
Yes, ma'am.
When we start making progress because of our unity, it is really, really attractive. People can't resist it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm just showing a few of the comments. You got a lot of love in here, sis. Look at everybody talking to you, saying how excited they are, how they appreciate you, how much they love you. Your sacrifices are not in vain. We understand what you're trying to do. and what you are doing and what you will continue to do. So I wanted this show not only to help you to promote the event, but to just love on you for your efforts, for how, how dedicated you are to this. You are an example. You are a fabulous mother, an MGT, a businesswoman. You're doing for self. You look fabulous.
Oh my God. But thank you. I can't take this. I'm serious. I'm so, and
I'm not
going
gonna let you
from the
run
bottom
away.
of my heart. I'm humble.
I'm not gonna let you run away from this love, sis, because you got to take it. You are an example. And so when our babies are looking at, okay, what do I have to aspire to? They can stand on your shoulders, just like we're standing on Mother Tynetta and Mother Khadijah's shoulders and Sister Ava's shoulders and Mother Clara's shoulders. We're standing on those shoulders. They're standing on yours because of the example that they've made. And to demonstrate the type of woman that you are, they got to do is look at the powerful soldiers that you've produced for Muhammad.
To Allah.
And at 15, you answered that call. So I just want to say to you, I see you, sis. You matter. You are beautiful. And I pray that Allah aligns your interests and what you're doing with people who are like-minded, who get it, who see it.
Yeah.
And that you're blessed. And that the place is filled up and sold out. I hope we all trying to get extra tickets and y'all like, sorry, we at capacity.
Yes, ma'am.
Sis, the love.
Yes, ma'am. I just like I said, I just want us to bask in loving one another, celebrating one another. That event at the Salam will be something that is a part of us annually. Like I tell people, this is our Grammys. This is our BET Awards. This is our Academy Awards. This is our Emmys, because we have to celebrate each other. We don't need to care about if they don't celebrate us, but we have to be committed to lifting up and celebrating each other. And that's why I'm so super excited about that, to be able to celebrate all of you women who are phenomenal women, who I'm drawing inspiration from. And it's getting me through this roller coaster ride that I'm on, with regards to the fashion and just wanting to show young women that you can be beautiful and be modestly dressed. So, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Let me say this one last thing. We got 10 minutes left. When we see our sisters, and this ain't even personal, but when we see our sisters sacrificing in posts, let's support them. Instead of expecting all kind of extra from them and deciding that we're not going to do for self and we're not going to take care of ourselves, we're going to put everything we need on them. They got to provide all our needs. When you see a sister like Sister Captain Naima, Sister Captain Emeritus, Sister Aisha, when you see those sisters sacrificing in a post that most of us ain't going to do.
Come on now.
Don't
say that. Yes, ma'am.
These are talented, brilliant women.
Yes, ma'am.
But we immediately go, we got a problem. We should be running to say, sis, how can I help you?
Absolutely.
With the sacrifice that you've made, that ain't for them. That ain't for her.
Right.
If look, some of them, they got posts. I said, if somebody gave it to me, I'd be running like,
Ooh, tell me about it. Come on now. You already know. You already know.
Sister Carmen,
you gotta love us to operate in that realm. You got to. We will test you, okay, to the core. Ooh, we. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We will test you to the core realm.
All.
Yes.
Comment right there. That's Sister Aletha. She said, you have been a pillar to us all.
Oh, hey, Sister Aletha.
Sandra, yes, celebrate. You sisters are wonderful. Sister Lisa R said your soul knew it was the right place. She's talking about when you came in. We have to purchase I think maybe she's talking about the Drake and
Yes.
bring them to dinner. Yeah, we got to get some sisters. We got to fill up this place for you. We love you,
Praise
Sister
be to
Carmen.
Allah. You know what? Just,
Say,
yeah, I mean, just you all supporting and inspiring me. It really is. I mean, we go out here, and my family always, they get nervous every time I get ready to do this. Okay, they all get nervous. They think I'm losing my mind, right? What do you know what you're signing, right? Do you know how much money those people want? And you just really have to put your faith in Allah, God, and know that He got you. You know what I'm saying? And your purpose, the outcome of what you do will be determined by your purpose. And I know from the bottom of my heart that when I operate like this, sis, it's real.
it is
It's
real.
real.
And
It's
I have
it's,
to
it's
say,
straight up pure. It's from the heart. And forgive me because I'm just thinking and I'm remembering what I was told, at the last event I had, which was actually 19 years ago. And the number 19 keeps popping up, with regards to this event, but I just pray to Allah that He continues to bless me to do the work. Everybody's not going to do the work the same way, sis. And that's another thing that, we should understand. I'm not going to understand your assignment, but you understood your assignment. You knew what you had to do over at the Sajda house. Nobody else understood that, but you knew you had your conversation with your God.
yes,
And He
ma'am.
told you what
Yes.
you needed to do. And you did it. And you're
Yes.
still doing it. And we have to get behind you and support you. And it's the same thing with me. I don't expect for people to understand this because it's not them. It's between me and the God. My only prayer is that I don't suffer, and it's the truth, the way I did the last time and caused me to go into a deficit. I'm not Jay-Z and Beyonce. We don't get the sponsorship money that other organizations get because we come in our truth. We come in our headpiece. We don't hide who we are. We can't be bought. The man that we follow, you can't buy him, so you're damn sure not gonna buy us, right? So we miss out on a lot of that. But I'm asking women, just come and hang with us. Have a good time with us. We are your sisters. We love you. We don't gang bang. Okay, we don't gang bang on you because you a Christian, because you don't believe, because this is your way of life. Come on now. We are all one. We are all women of God, and we can come together and have a wonderful time as women of God.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm asking.
All I can think about is being honored in the same event as Sister Betsy Jean Farrakhan.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to tell you a quick story, Sister Carmen, before we go.
Ma'am.
When I went out and started taking like corporate projects and corporate meetings, I had never met anybody like Sister BJ before.
Come on,
Sister Jean before. I had never seen nobody that statuesque and beautiful, and she was firm, and she looked dead in your eye, but was spiritual with it, and you knew God was behind it, even if she got on you, like shoes or whatever, you knew it. And so when I never forgot just the impact she had on me as a young Muslim. She put me on posts, and I had just got my ex. I didn't even have a uniform.
Wow.
The whole post, and she found something for me to do. Fall in, sister.
Come on now.
And I would tell you, when we built the hospital, and I was working on the operations plan for the movement of people, I remember Sister Betsy Jean and how she would greet us and stand there at the door. You remember that when we came to MGT class?
See, I was in LA.
In LA. Okay. Okay. Well, we saw her. Some sisters in the chat was here. They know what I'm talking about. She'd be standing there. She inspecting us and checking us out, but she was right there.
Wow.
Like just being that security blanket that we need. So when we were building and putting together the operations for the hospital, I said, I want a person to stand right here as a patient concierge and greet every person that came in the door, just like Sister Betsy Jean used to greet us when we came in the door of MGT class. She just hands down, even if you got in trouble, it was bad, but it didn't feel bad.
Right. And
I remember me and Sister Colliday and Sister Aletha were talking. We was like, man, we love BJ so much. Look, they better be glad that we follow righteous people, because BJ got us to do anything.
Right.
So honored.
Right.
And the way she built us up.
Yes.
And supported us. And, we was all young and insecure, but listen, I could go on and on and on about
I love her to pieces. I mean, I really do. Her. Yes, ma'am. I would have loved to have had that experience with her. I mean, she is a legend in her own right and has wrote her own history, as all of you are doing the same. And this is so important. We don't need anybody to write our history. We write our own history. And I just want to say this, because I know you know this, sister. In 2005, we had Sister Jennifer Muhammad as a part of that fashion show.
Yeah.
And wherever she is, I want her to know that she inspired me too. Such a talented sister.
Phenomenal.
Yes, and we are going to all come together again very, very soon. And you tell her I said that. We gonna take over this thing. And I'm coming for you, Jennifer. Okay? You can't hide, ma'am. I love you. I'm coming for you.
Fashion show last year, and she sat up there and made a dress on the stage.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something?
I was like, look at this.
Yes, ma'am. So we all coming back together. We gonna find our sisters, okay? Yeah, and we gonna knock this thing out the ballpark. Yes,
everybody got different assignments and different things that they got to go do. We're building a nation. This ain't no organization.
Absolutely,
yes. Nation. So we're all in different pockets of the world, different pockets, different talents, different things that we do, and we'll be together.
Absolutely. And I just wanted, like I said, she was an inspiration to me as well, and was always just she's a beautiful sister. And I want to tell her that I love her, and to keep it going, because we're going to be like them Dolce & Gabbanas, the Gucci's, the Marc Jacobs, they all exist in the same atmosphere. And ain't nobody money short, okay? Everybody's okay.
Money short, and it's okay, and they can all show up at the same.
Absolutely.
It's enough money to go around, and with $1 trillion or however much they say our net worth is as Black people, it's enough for quite a few of us to be millionaires.
Yes,
and multi-millionaires. So we ain't gotta hate, and we serve a God that is an infinite God with supreme wisdom.
Absolutely.
All he got to do is blink and nod on our situation.
Now.
And everything we ever could have wanted, and the stuff we didn't even think we needed, he can provide for us. So we ain't got to hate.
Come on now. We
ain't got to hate. That little $65, that ain't nothing.
Come on. Look, we spend that. One of my girlfriends, she's not even a Muslim. She says, Sister Carmen, when I go to the Cheesecake Factory and I order appetizer, the meal, and I walk out of there with cheesecake, I've spent $75, $80. Why wouldn't I spend $65 to come and celebrate the Black woman and get food prepared by us, for us, the best food?
That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Sister Carmen, I put the website up here so people can go and get their tickets. I will continue to do my part. I will continue to spread the word, post, repost, talk to whoever I can so that we can support you. The love don't stop here, sis.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you for it. It has inspired me, and I pray that the ones that are on your show have enjoyed your show, this evening, but I love you, sis, and I'm so excited to celebrate you as well on the 30th with all those other phenomenal women.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, ma'am.
You celebrating on the 30th. Let's do it. All right. Yes. Praise be to Allah. Thank you, sis. Get some rest. I know you said you was a little sleepy.
Yes, ma'am. I've been up since 2:30 this morning. So
yes, went Dubai to give you a break.
Yeah, okay. Yes, ma'am. I will.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Wa alaikum salam, ma'am.
Uh-oh. All right, y'all. May Allah bless y'all. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. We got a lot going on. We got a financial trauma workshop boot camp coming up this Sunday. We got tomorrow's the Billiken Day Parade. My sister Maiti's working hard on that. And so we're supporting her. No, that's Saturday. We're supporting her. Saturday, we got Sister Margaret, the Mathi Theater Company with Bronzeville, the musical. Listen, sisters doing things. So support the channel, support the network. If you want to, just go to Cash App, $Sajda Enterprises. If you want to support the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House, go to supportsajdahouse.com. Listen, y'all, but get your tickets. Support Sister Carmen. Let's fill up this place for her. We don't want her to go. I'm going to just put this stuff up here too while that's going across the bottom in case y'all just really want to support. But let's just support. We blow our money on a lot of things. A lot of us will go out here tomorrow and buy an outfit that we won't wear again. But so we can spend $65 to go to our sister's event. So let's fill this event up for her. Let's everybody get your ticket. Buy a ticket. If you can't make it, if you're going to be out of town or you got something that you're doing, give the ticket away. Okay. All right. I'm going to show this video again because unfortunately the people told me that it violated community guidelines. And I just hope that a human being sees this and not some algorithm or AI, because you can't tell me how in the world this video I'm about to show y'all violates community guidelines. So, all right, we'll see you all tomorrow morning for our Friday morning coffee talk, and get your tickets. All right, peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum.
You don't do things like this to be heard and seen of men. You do things like this because you want to stop what's going on with women. You want to stop the girls being snatched off the street. You do things like this because you want to inspire the women to be women of God. When you have a call with God and a talk with God, it's not a conference call. It's nobody on that call but you and him. I've been blessed. I've raised 3 beautiful children. But I'm blessed now more. I'm helping women all over the world to know who they are.
You are made to look up to God since you came from God. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught me that the woman's nature is to equal herself up to man or up to God. So whatever God is, you're going to be striving to be equal to him. That's how great you are, and that's how great your potential is.